Well, goodness me, what amazing passages of scripture we've been reading today. First of all, the church is under great persecution, and Herod's killed James, and now he's captured Peter and he's put him in jail, and he finds the Jews are quite happy about it. So after Passover, Peter's about to be put on trial and probably facing the same end as James. So it causes the church to buckle down and start really interceding for Peter. Now, Peter obviously isn't too worried about it because we see him with chains on between two guards asleep. And then in his dream, he sees an angel come along and say, "Get your shoes on, follow me." So Peter follows him. They go past the guards. They get to the gate. The gate opens on its own. Peter follows him into the street. Then the angel does a bunk. And Peter suddenly realised, oh, that was real. So he goes round to Mary's house because he knows there's likely to be Christians there, knocks on the door. Rhoda comes to the door and finds out, oh, everybody, Peter's at the door. And they say, don't be so daft. They weren't really expecting an answer to their prayer, were they? In troubled times, we often pray and sometimes pray daft prayers as though God's just going to overturn stuff that men have made agreements to with the enemy or made laws about. And He's expecting men to to use their authority in the spirit to make the changes. We see the same thing happen in Esther chapter 9. Esther's husband, the king, has made a decree, and he says, oh yeah, anybody can kill the Jews on this certain date. And then Esther goes, they're my people. Uh-oh, he can't change his mind now because he's made a decree of the laws and the Persians, and that cannot be overthrown. So because of the fasting and prayer, they come up with a new idea and say, okay, the next day, all the Jews can murder the people who have done any harm to the Jews. And so they come up with a law that supersedes the original law. Jesus did something that allows us to decree a law that's higher than what we see in the natural realm. Jesus overcame the law of sin and death when he died and rose again. And now we can rule by the rules of the law of spirit and life. Now, there's a lot there to think about, but what I encourage you to do this week is to pray, Lord, up my game in prayer. Give me an understanding of the rules of the game so that we always come on top and expect to see the supernatural. See you tomorrow, God willing.